Yeah, it seemed like the market was having trouble digesting kind of like the news out of Japan, and with all that, and then balancing it with kind of being in maybe more of an area to buy for some of our like ETFs and such. So it was, I think all of that together really created not necessarily the ideal environment. Hey, what's going on, Bear Bull Traders? Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Good to see everybody. I am here joined with my fearless compadre, the prophet of profit, Brian Pezim, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a recap for you before we get started. Good sir, how are you doing today? Good doing some trades with you, buddy. Been a bit.
Yeah, we did some. We got some good trades off today. A little bit choppy at the open, but managed to pull a few trades, good trades.
Yeah, it seemed like the market was having trouble digesting kind of like the news out of Japan, and with all that, and then balancing it with kind of being in maybe more of an area to buy for some of our like ETFs and such. So it was, I think all of that together really created not necessarily the ideal environment, but you certainly managed to find some really sweet trades. I know you got a good long on Apple at one point, which is
Hmm.
pretty sweet.
Yeah, yeah. Apple seemed, for some reason, Apple just, well, obviously it's got some AI news. Maybe finally, I don't think there's anything official, but one of the magazines reported that Apple and Alphabet were in talks, maybe to use their Genesis product. So everybody's been anxiously awaiting some news on AI with Apple because they've been the one company that's been kind of silent on it. So Apple probably continuing to catch a bid there on that news, and it was set up really nicely for a long.
Yeah, real nice. I was looking at the chart here, and what price did you say you got long around? It was somewhere in
Just
like the
around
mid
one, yeah,
173s or something, right?
yeah, just under 174.
So
Yeah, I
yeah,
kind of
so
got on it late. Yeah, one of our other traders caught it way earlier than I did. I think in the just in the 173s when it started to turn there.
yeah.
But I was looking at it. It kind of got my attention when it blasted through the VWAP and that previous day low and previous day close. Yesterday's low and close
Well, not
really
for nothing. I
blasted through
actually
the.
think this is a great example of paying attention to the price action because you can see basically everywhere in here, where I'm highlighting, you can see it's all red candles, obviously selling here. And then you can see you've consolidated. And then that big candle that got your attention, sure enough, that was bullish engulfing, had a lot of volume behind it. So the VPA really supported that as well. So then you kind of get, basically, call it a 3 bar play or an ABCD pattern or something like that. After that sets right on VWAP and then breaks. So with good volume. So all in all, I think that was a really terrific direction to pick on that one for sure. So good work there, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, and you got some good trades off on some of your future stuff, and
Yeah, I like these futures. I've been playing with them. On the Japan stuff, the market was selling a lot, and it sold right back down to a high value area, especially for the Qs. But I was trading ES at the time, but we bottomed out here, and when it started making new highs, I went ahead and went long here, and I got a really nice move into the open, and then I held the rest for a good portion of the day. It just hasn't really gone anywhere since, so I finally cut that one. And then I played Tesla, and Tesla was giving me a bit of a hard time today. Yeah, which Tesla for me is normally one of my favorites because it's kind of an easy order book for me to read. But today we opened up kind of in a buying range, and I got it held off of it and got long and looked at the order book, and I realized shortly after, and big shout out to Bookmap. Brian and I both kind of have some fun with this program, so big shout out to Bookmap. But you could see here after I got long, the order book was really bearish. I mean, there were lots of orders to the downside. The excess was certainly balanced to the low side. So I was like, man, I don't know if this is a good idea anymore. So I went ahead and cut that position at break even when I didn't think it was going to go anywhere. And just in the nick of time, as soon as I cut that position, we had a waterfall flush on really high volume right back down through S4. So when we hit this high buying area at 168, and then I actually tried to go long again. My stop was below 168 on this one. But again, it didn't look like we got enough volume, so I cut that one at break even and got some nasty slippage on it. And then we pushed back up. I liked it a lot this time, went long. This time I actually just used the new 1 minute low here to increase my RVR a bit. So it put me at like 168 and a quarter for my stop. So that got me to profit really nicely on it. And I'm still holding part of this position now. Our order book, we had a lot of buyers come in. We are tiered nicely. So I think we could get up to 172 or 172.50 to retest the open if we can get buy-in here. So I'm going to hang on to a few shares and see what happens. But otherwise, feeling pretty happy about this spot there. And then lastly, I also tried a similar trade on NQ, kind of around the same time. I was looking at Tesla bottoming. NQ had did that hard sell that we were talking about. So when we sold and held there, I bought into NQ and got some nice partials on the way up here. But I went all out here because we kind of started, the order book started to stack up a little bit to the downside. So had a few nice trades today. Brian, per usual, knocked out AMD and that. It took me a little bit to get going. But probably about a half hour again. Finally got my feet underneath me and started making some money. It doesn't always come at the same time. That's one thing I've really noticed a lot. Is a lot of people say, when's the best time to trade? And the answer is kind of like when the trades are there is the best time to trade. And, expecting it to fit a mold doesn't always work out so well.
No, because the morning, the first 10 minutes or so were pretty choppy. It was really, we just had to kind of wait for the markets to pick a direction before we get into some trades here. So yeah, sometimes you just things just go out of the gate, and other times you just got to recognize that things are going to be a little choppy, and then just sit in the hands, wait for a few minutes.
Absolutely. Well, man, another fun morning trading with you as always. Everybody out there in YouTube, if you have the opportunity, please throw us a thumbs up, subscribe, like. You know how all that stuff works. Smash it, whatever Carlos says. Make sure to do that and share. We really appreciate that. And for anyone who hasn't had an opportunity, Brian and I do this trade thing in here a lot. So if you'd like to come by and check out the BBT family, go by the pre-market show. They've got lots of cool promo stuff they're running through there to get you a good time in here. And you can come trade the open with us between Andrew, Brian, myself. We've got new talent in like Lenny and many others. Paris are stopping by regularly to give you some of the coolest live trading you're probably going to get. So come on by, and we look forward to seeing you. Otherwise, hope everyone has a great day and keep it green.
Cheers, everyone. All right. Good deal.